Was that just about everything you could have asked for today?
Oh, pretty much. It's about football is the game. You will never see a perfect game. In the end, of course, when you see how it developed, then especially with the score sheet at the end, it's perfect. But in the game, we had a lot of things we could have done better. That's how it is. Second half, not that much, but first half we controlled the game. That was exactly what we wanted to do, because the counter-attacking threat of Bournemouth is just it's massive. Actually, are really good in that. Even I know that Bournemouth had to replace today. I think 3 very important players for them, of course, and but still, how I said, we controlled it, but I didn't like too much that we didn't change the rhythm more often. That's how it is. We still have to adapt to that. We still have to improve that. That's how it is. So to create more. But if you see all the runs, all the little runs we did, and came all together, and the benefit of it in the first goal. So with all the little runs, we opened a gap. We opened 2 gaps actually, and then Joel passed the ball through. Bobby can turn, shoot, and Mo scores the goal. And then goal number 2 in the second. We said half time. So far, so okay, not more. We have to do better, because we can do better, and counter press. We have to keep it up, put them there under pressure where we lose the ball, and not somewhere else. And but whatever you do in a football game, you need somebody to finish it off. And what Mo did around his 2 goals in the second half was just exceptional. I don't know in the moment a lot of players who would have scored these 2 goals. That's how it is. The first one is. It is a foul actually, but he wants to score the goal, so stands on his feet and scores it then. Not the most impressive finish, but I would say pretty surprisingly. Yeah. So his third goal is outstanding as again. Really how we set it up and all that stuff. That was good. The changes we made with Adam. Sadio and Hendo, they really helped a lot, and you saw after 2-0 the boys really wanted to play football. Then it was fluent, then it was really good and difficult for Bournemouth then, of course.
Eddie Howe's just said, I think he said Salah's one of the best in the world. Beyond debate now, that question.
I think Eddie Howe is one of the best managers I ever met, to be honest, so how could I say something different?
Jurgen, 2 years ago you came here, were winning, got beaten. What's changed since then? There was never a moment you would say.
Yeah, I know the score. I know that I could probably draw the goals we conceded, but just we let Bournemouth come back in the game. That's completely different. Meanwhile, that's true. That unfortunately, I cannot say that will never happen again. But we are more controlled in these situations. That was a big step for us. Very important. That's what we said in our good moments. Let me say, last year we were really flying and everything was brilliant until we were not flying, and then the difference between the flying and the not flying moments was too big. So it meant we always had kind of kept the door a bit open for the other team. And it was something we wanted to work on, but pretty much that worked out. So that's good. And of course, the players, a few new players came in, and all the other players are now much more mature. So that's how it is. This squad is still not too experienced. That's how it is. We have worked together for a while, and that we have to improve. That was always clear, and that was an important part for us.
You equal the club's record Premier League unbeaten run today. Is that important for you?
No, not. Yeah, I think I said a couple of years ago, that we have to write our own history. So if that's part of the history, then of course it's important. But it's not the most important thing in the world that we beat any team's record from, I don't know, 30 years ago or whenever it was. I don't know exactly. So the thing is just that we really want to be as successful as possible, and really nobody knows what that means. Nobody, and this league is so difficult to play, and but I said it a few times now in all the other interviews. But 42 points I usually had in April, and now it's December. So, and that's really massive, and it's exceptional. And the boys, it's all to the boys. They deserve all the credit for that, because they really fight for each yard, and that's nice. But that's only for today. Today's the Bournemouth for us celebration day. Let's go home, eat, sleep, and recover immediately at its best. And then tomorrow, little session. Monday, little session. Tuesday, Napoli. So that's how it is. That's the life, and so it's okay. But yeah, for today, all good.
And just on Mo, like you said, him staying up for the second goal when he could have gone down because it was a foul. That's the kind of thing that people will say is a good example for youngsters. How pleased are you that he's more interested in scoring a goal than?
Oh, nobody should be surprised about that. So that he's really his desire is obvious to score goals. So that's good for us. That's very good for us. So I heard meanwhile the first goal obviously was offside. Not that I had to, but I want only to remember before people start making that too big. Didn't happen a lot that we score a goal from offside, but we conceded one. That's a nice sound from smartphone. Oh, okay. So it's just really brilliant what he did, and no, I like that mindset.
David Walsh, last one.
Jurgen, you talked about the greater control that your team is now showing. How much has Virgil van Dijk contributed to that?
Of course, a lot. We all know that. I could write a book about Virgil's strength, and I could write a book about Alisson's strengths. But look what Joel Matip did today. How good he was, and he has absolutely no rhythm. He trains. That's the life of a professional football player as well. He trains on highest level, and it's not even a squad sometimes. And then we need you play, and then you had a difficult start against Burnley and plays that game and that game. So it's not about one person. What Andy Robertson did today. Then Millie, I don't know, game number 500, and he plays on right back, which is probably the position he would have had preferred each other position on the pitch to play for, but he did the job. So, and that all comes together then. So it's really how we defend that in the center. A center half alone can do nothing. A goalie alone can do sometimes a lot, but actually nobody can perform wonders. So that's how it is. You need all these boys around, and it was a common development. So, but for each development, you need the right players. That's how it is in football. And yeah, thank God we could sign these boys.